Yo, guys, this is Brandon, aka Fling, and we're doing a week 6 review for Underdog drafts. We're looking at the Dog Bowl and the Battle Royale specifically, kind of taking a look at what won. So let's hop into it. All right, so 103 points. That was my top lineup. Pretty good. Jordan Love, I think he was actually the nuts, and I had Bijan, who I think was the nuts as well, but the wide receivers didn't quite get me there. I was a little surprised. Romeo Dobbs had 2 touchdowns, but he only had 49 yards on the 2 touchdowns. So, not a huge like receiving day from him. And K Dot and 8 points. So it was just not enough guys over the 20. Josh Jacobs really kind of screwed me with this lineup. I knew that Love plus Jacobs plus Dobbs wasn't like a really high percentage stack unless Green Bay just really put it on them, and they didn't quite do that. So it ended up being a moneymaker for me, plus $5 here. But that's how these things go. I also took a chance on Brian Robinson Jr. in this lineup, and that's at least cool of Underdog. They will swap out a player for you automatically that is gonna play and wasn't drafted. So I actually drafted I think I drafted Kraft. Yeah. Yeah. I drafted Kraft and they put in Ertz for me in place of Brian Robinson Jr. So this lineup had a chance, but not enough from the wide receivers anyway. And that's Kraft for Ertz kind of really screwed me. So ended up not working out with that lineup. But that's a chance you take sometimes when you get a guy that's potentially not going to play. Like you're taking a risk on that player, and that's just kind of how those things go. But there's also an edge there, so something we have to keep in mind. Let's look at the lineup that won out. The top three of these all win 10K, and they all win a ticket to Dallas Live Final and a chance at 1 million in prizes. I'm pretty sure first place for that final pays $200,000. So been playing this because it's smaller field. You'll see once we get into the battle royale, the 135 points to win, a lot less than you need to win the battle royale. This contest, I think only has like 5,000 entries versus the battle royale that has 50,000 plus. So the top lineup was a Baker Mayfield to Chris Godwin stack. Had Henry, had Mixon, loved Henry and Mixon. Henry especially. Mixon was kind of like a wait till Sunday and see it play. But yeah, I think the thing is you could have got Henry super late or Mixon here super late. Now I'm wondering, I guess this is the Dog Bowl. So at pick 69, he probably just took that in his last round pick because it's twice the amount of players, 12 versus 6. So that actually makes sense. So he got Mixon in the last spot. Started the draft with Henry at number 4. So it looks like Henry and then Godwin, Diggs. Where did he take Pitts? Okay. So it looks like he went Henry and then came back around and took Godwin and Stephon Diggs. And then was going to be Pitts and Baker Mayfield. So really good lineup, just the +1. This one had Drake May. So different lineups that we're seeing here. Drake May to Hunter Henry. I like that. You had a rookie quarterback stacking with his tight end because rookie quarterbacks tend to target their tight ends. And, Derrick Henry was a guy that I had identified as a good play. Another Joe Mixon lineup. So, yeah, if you just got him in the last rounds, you took a little bit of a gamble on that, but that's the kind of gamble that pays off. We saw with me, it went the other way. This gamble, of course, paid off a guy that was drafted late and ended up being one of the top backs on the slate. And I'm guessing nobody really drafted Sean Tucker. I guess we'll see when we get to the Battle Royale. But yeah, so it looks like this was just a Drake May to Hunter Henry with a Joe Mixon bring back. And then we had another stack. We had Derrick Henry and Terry McLaurin, a little ping pong stack. Let's look at the last one, see what they did. Baker Mayfield to Chris Godwin to Cade Otton. So Bijan, Najee. Okay, yeah, we saw Bijan. Know he would be near the top here. And then yeah, we had McLaurin as a one-off. So good stuff. 10K snuck in there, point 0.3 above fourth place. And he really earned it anyway because Dave had put two lineups here in the top 5. So David got in. It was nice for all 419 to get in there. So let's look at the battle royale. And I got to tell you, this was tilting for me because when this slate started, I was winning a lot because of Henry, because of Zay Flowers. And then Josh Jacobs had a touchdown early. So, like, I had all my players in the early games, and I was just out to a really hot start, and I was winning 7,500 at one point, and I was like 30th in the battle royale. All right, I think 7th place. Now that I think about it, let's see what 7th place pays. Yeah, I was in 7th place in that, and then Josh Jacobs just stopped producing. Zay Flowers was getting a ton of receptions in the first half, and then he hardly touched the ball in the second. So really got crushed by Tucker Kraft and Josh Jacobs in this lineup, and then just Zay Flowers just not continuing to see the ball. He was well on pace to a 25 to 30 point day. Didn't get there. So, pretty high score though, 103 points. Not too bad, I guess. First place, 142 points. Goat napped. And they changed this week. The 50K to first, love it. This was a Baker Mayfield to Chris Godwin stack. Also had Derrick Henry and Terry McLaurin ping pong. So, and then Bijan. So the nuts was really either Henry or Bijan and Mixon. So it was really just, if you had 2 of those 3 guys, like, you were in a great spot. And you really needed Baker to Godwin, as we saw that almost in every stack, with the exception of Drake May. And then, yeah, did have a McLaurin and Henry ping pong stack. Trey McBride was kind of a one-off there. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Good lineup. Was almost 2 full points ahead of second place, so really crushed it. Same thing. Same exact thing, except we're seeing now Laporta to McBride. Yeah, so the only difference between first and second was Sam Laporta. 2 points less than McBride. And isn't that how it goes? Just tight end variance. Third place had Montgomery, so similar. Baker to Godwin. Had Henry, and then just the difference between first and third place, Bijan versus David Montgomery. Had AJ Brown as well, who I loved. So yeah, just kind of a 2 versus 2, but really on to a lot of the right players. And then yeah, Baker to Godwin. That's pretty much the story of the day. McBride was the nuts tight end, and Derrick Henry and Bijan was the most common running backs that we've seen. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this week. I want to start entering a few other contests, some of these smaller fields, lower stakes, and reviewing those. So if you like this kind of content, let me know. Let me comment that you like these reviews. Hit that like button. We'll keep them coming your way, of course. And then we've got a lot more DFS channel or DFS content on this channel. So make sure to stay tuned to that. That's going to wrap it up.